Parker Schnabel has achieved what many believe to be impossible. He's broken into a sealed vault that hasn't been touched for centuries. Inside, over $50 million worth of solid gold bars, massive nuggets etched with strange symbols, and ancient relics that challenge everything we thought we knew about history. This isn't just treasure. This is a key to long-lost civilizations, hidden knowledge, and secrets powerful enough to rewrite our understanding of the past. But unlocking the vault wasn't without danger. Deadly traps, strange energy fields, and a mysterious artifact with mind-altering effects turned this discovery into something far more complex than a simple gold find. Now, as experts scramble to study the contents, tensions are rising over how to protect this priceless discovery from those who might exploit it. Parker stands at a critical crossroads between unimaginable fortune and a legacy that could change history itself. This is far bigger than gold. This is just the beginning of something much greater. Before we dive into the full story of Parker Schnabel's unbelievable discovery, $50 million in gold, and relics buried in a sealed vault, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss what comes next. Months of relentless excavation had tested Parker and his crew like never before. They battled through harsh terrain, constant rain, and dangerous cave-ins, pushing forward inch by inch. Many thought the vault they sought was nothing more than a myth, but they were wrong. What they found was an enormous ancient vault, buried deep, sealed off by generations of miners, and cloaked in the legends of lost civilizations. Each passing day raised the stakes, the tension growing thicker as they dug deeper. The smell of damp earth mixed with sweat hung in the air as anticipation built. Finally, the vault came into view. It was an iron giant, rusted but unbroken, its towering door covered in mysterious carvings. A strange fusion of indigenous designs and medieval symbols hinted at something much older and more complex than anyone imagined. This wasn't just a door. It was a riddle, a warning, and a legend carved into metal. Around the campfire, veteran miners whispered old stories of cursed gold, deadly traps laid by secret societies, and a treasure so vast it defied belief. Parker listened quietly, the weight of those stories pressing heavily on him. This wasn't just another mining operation, it was a moment in history. As massive chains groaned and cranes strained against the vault's ancient mechanisms, the atmosphere turned electric. Dust swirled under the harsh floodlights. Then came the sound, the first ancient lock clicking open. The echo was sharp, final, like a long-closed chapter cracking at its spine. Time slowed. All eyes turned to Parker, his face a mix of fear and awe. This moment was more than the result of years of obsession and hard work. It was where myth met metal. And then, with a final thunderous creak, the vault door opened. A gust of stale air rushed out, carrying the scent of centuries. Inside, the chamber was massive, dark, silent, and filled with stacks of raw, gleaming gold. Huge, unrefined bars lay in piles beside carved stone chests and relics dusted in time's quiet decay. Under the flickering lanterns, the gold shimmered with an otherworldly glow. It seemed almost alive, its light reflecting off the rough stone walls like firelight on water. The scent of metal was thick and sharp, filling the air with a feeling of immense weight, not just physical, but historical. The crew moved carefully, their footsteps soft against the stone. Faces showed awe and disbelief as they explored the chamber. Among the treasure were relics of lost cultures, ceremonial daggers, strange talismans covered in ancient inscriptions, and broken pottery speaking in the silent language of time. Each artifact told a story. Each piece hinted at a civilization long forgotten, suggesting that the vault wasn't just a hiding place for wealth. It was a time capsule, guarding the secrets of a world we barely understand. The very walls of the vault told their own story. Faded murals revealed unlikely alliances between indigenous tribes and European knights. If true, this theory could upend conventional history and spark intense debate among scholars worldwide. Breaking the heavy silence, Parker spoke in a low but steady voice. This isn't just gold. It's a doorway into a forgotten world. We have to respect what we've uncovered before it's lost again. As the crew absorbed the magnitude of their find, flashes of history seemed to overlap with the present, weaving together myths and facts. The vault's origins remained a mystery, its story lost in time, hinted at only through scattered legends and buried fragments of historical record. Some believed it was built by a secretive ancient order, perhaps descendants of Templar knights who fled war-ravaged Europe. Others claimed it was the work of united native tribes, determined to guard their sacred treasures from outside forces. Parker's own research had uncovered conflicting stories. Official mining records made vague references to sealed-off chambers, while local folklore spoke of guardian spirits and eternal watchers tasked with protecting the site. The vault itself was a marvel of ancient engineering. Hidden rooms, intricate locking mechanisms, and deadly traps that showcased a fusion of medieval strategy and indigenous craftsmanship. It was designed not just to hide treasure, but to keep it safe from even the most skilled intruders. Among the many theories circulating, one suggested the gold was merely a distraction. Glittering bait meant to conceal something far more valuable. Ancient relics holding encrypted knowledge or sacred artifacts crucial to the survival of a long-lost civilization. Later that night, Parker sat quietly by the campfire, the flames casting flickering shadows across his worn face. The line between treasure hunter and guardian blurred in his mind. This wasn't just a vault. It was a responsibility. A legacy passed down through generations, now resting in his hands. Every bar of gold, every artifact, carried a story that demanded respect. The weight of history bore down on him, heavier than any mountain he'd ever dug through. Whatever secrets lay deeper inside, this was more than just wealth. It was a key, one that could unlock a forgotten past and possibly reshape the future. But Parker knew the vault hadn't guarded its secrets for centuries without reason. The gold was just the surface. Somewhere within lay truths powerful enough to shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew. With the mystery slowly unraveling, Parker's journey was far from over. The road ahead was uncertain, dark, winding, and filled with danger, but the promise of revelation was too powerful to ignore. By sunrise, a team of experts had arrived, gathering around the piles of gold now lit by the harsh beams of portable lamps. They began conducting a series of tests on site, using advanced tools like portable X-ray fluorescence analyzers to examine the treasure up close. Despite their age, the ancient bars still radiated a strange, almost supernatural glow. Some were cracked and corroded, but the tests confirmed what no one had dared believe. The gold was nearly pure. Many of the bars were stamped with mint marks and symbols from kingdoms long erased from historical records. These markings sparked immediate excitement among archaeologists, historians, and economists alike. This vault wasn't just a staggering find in terms of monetary value. It was a treasure trove of historical significance. Nearby, the crew handled massive gold nuggets, each far larger than anything seen in modern mining operations. They gleamed with a deep, rich luster, their surfaces etched with strange symbols and unfamiliar patterns that defied explanation. Geologists and historians pored over these markings, their minds racing with possibilities. Could these be coded messages? Tribal identifiers? Or symbols of secret ancient orders? The idea that these engravings held knowledge lost to time sent waves of fascination through the entire team. The deeper they looked, the clearer it became. This vault wasn't just a discovery. It was a revelation. The sheer amount of gold was overwhelming. Tens of thousands of ounces sparkled before them, flowing like a river of molten sunlight. Early estimates placed its street value at well over $50 million, a staggering fortune that could break records and draw attention from all corners of the world. Governments, private collectors, and even shadowy figures with unknown agendas were sure to take interest. But even amid the awe and excitement, a serious debate began to surface. Some pushed for immediate extraction, eager to capitalize on the windfall. Others called for restraint, stressing the historical importance of the site and the need to preserve its integrity. Parker found himself caught in the middle. On one hand, this discovery could define his legacy, elevating him to the ranks of legendary explorers and prospectors. On the other, it brought real risks: global scrutiny, dangerous competition, and the looming threat of desecrating what could be one of the most culturally significant finds in modern history. The pressure was immense, nearly as heavy as the gold itself. As the team moved beyond the raw wealth, their attention shifted to the ancient relics nestled among the treasure. They carefully unearthed intricately crafted artifacts, crosses bearing symbols linked to the Templars, tribal masks adorned with bold, geometric patterns, and stone tablets etched with mysterious runes. Each piece told a story. The craftsmanship hinted at a deep, unexpected blending of cultures, forgotten alliances, and shared knowledge that defied the accepted historical timeline. It was as though the relics whispered of a world where civilizations met and mingled in ways never recorded in mainstream history. Scientific tests only added to the intrigue. Radiocarbon dating and mineral analysis revealed that some of the relics predated European contact with the Americas by centuries. These findings weren't just anomalies. They threatened to rewrite what we thought we knew about ancient migrations and early global connections. Among the most mysterious items was a charred, fragile codex, its pages scorched by time, but still legible. It was covered in script and strange illustrations that defied classification. Scholars speculated it might be a guidebook to other hidden vaults scattered across the globe, encoding spiritual teachings and ancient wisdom long lost to humanity. The codex hinted at a vast network of secret chambers, bound together by legend and possibly protected by ancient guardians, watchers tasked with defending sacred sites from intrusion. Some of the relics even seemed to carry protective symbolism, echoing age-old legends of sacred guardianship. Not everyone was at ease. A few crew members voiced their discomfort, convinced that tampering with the vault risked more than structural damage. They felt they were disturbing forces older and deeper than superstition, forces best left alone. A debate broke out. Should the discovery be made public, opening the door to fame, funding, and academic scrutiny? Or should it be kept secret, its sanctity protected from exploitation and greed? While the team wrestled with these questions, their focus shifted to the vault's original defense systems. What they uncovered was nothing short of genius. Hidden beneath rubble were pressure plates designed to trigger deadly traps. Poison dart mechanisms were concealed in wall carvings, and collapsing stone segments lay silently waiting to crush intruders. Tensions rose sharply during one terrifying moment. Parker, guided by instinct, sensed something was off. His sharp eye caught a faint movement underfoot, a tiny shift in the floor. That subtle cue allowed him to spot a trap just in time. Steel spikes suddenly emerged from the stone beneath them. His quick reaction saved lives. It was a stark reminder. This place was built to be dangerous. Before they could explore further, the entire network of traps would have to be identified and neutralized. Modern tools met ancient defenses in a high-stakes race against time. Ground-penetrating radar scanned the floors and walls for hidden mechanisms. Thermal imaging revealed heat signatures from active trap components. Mechanical specialists worked slowly and precisely, dismantling centuries-old devices that were still fully functional. The sophistication of the trap systems revealed something deeper. This wasn't just about protection, it was about purpose. The vault's creators had anticipated greed, fear, and desperation. They engineered deterrence not just to wound, but to terrify. It was clear that the gold was only part of what was being guarded. The real treasure may have been knowledge, wisdom considered too powerful or sacred to be exposed. This was more than a vault. It was a fortress of legacy, and possibly a gateway to truths meant to remain hidden. Then the silence shattered. A trap was triggered, and the vault reacted. A hidden mechanism clicked into motion, setting off a chain reaction that would test everything the team thought they were prepared for. Without warning, a series of concealed stone slabs shifted into place, sealing off the crew's only known exit. Dust filled the air, and debris rained down from above as panic threatened to take hold. But years of training and teamwork kicked in. The crew moved quickly and methodically, dodging falling rocks and avoiding collapsing tunnels with practiced precision. The trap's brutal design was a stark reminder. This vault was no ordinary discovery. It was a deadly labyrinth, constructed to defend itself against any intrusion, ancient, intelligent, and merciless. It became a race, not just against time, but against the weight of history and unseen guardians. After finally retreating to a safer area, the team regrouped. Their faces were pale, expressions tight with tension, but their resolve held strong. Every step forward demanded not just courage, but deep respect for the vault's lethal legacy. The gold was just the beginning. The real secrets, far more dangerous and profound, still lay hidden. With every artifact analyzed, every test completed, the stakes kept rising. The promise of unimaginable fortune grew clearer, but so did the cost. The full truth of the vault remained elusive, and no one yet knew what price would have to be paid to uncover it. As the dust settled, Parker's hands trembled slightly. In them, he held a fragile piece of ancient parchment, edges browned and crumbling with age. Carefully, he unfolded it. What they saw was unlike anything they had encountered so far: an ancient map filled with faded ink, cryptic symbols, and complex geometric designs. It hinted at a deeper truth: a vault within the vault. A hidden sanctuary, more secretive and better protected than anything they had yet discovered. The idea sent a pulse of excitement through the team. Experts quickly surrounded the parchment, their eyes scanning every mark. Linguists struggled to identify the writing, a mix of archaic languages and glyphs deliberately combined to obscure meaning. It appeared to be a coded document, readable only by the initiated. Some symbols seemed to mirror star constellations. Others aligned unnervingly well with known ley lines, those mythical energy pathways said to run through the Earth, connecting sacred sites across continents. This map might not just point to treasure. It could be a key to a vast global network of hidden vaults, bound together by myth and secrecy. The discovery reignited a fiery debate within the camp. Should they press on, risking everything to explore deeper and uncover even more secrets? Or should they stop here, secure what they had already found, and protect the site for formal archaeological study? The risks were serious. Unstable tunnels, unknown traps, the constant danger of becoming lost, or worse, trapped underground. And yet, the lure of discovery was too strong to ignore. Parker felt himself drawn in deeper. What began as a mining expedition was now a mission. He no longer saw himself as just a prospector, but a pioneer standing on the edge of a world lost to history. Ambition and obsession began to blur. He started planning an expedition into the hidden depths of the vault, one that would push them beyond anything they had prepared for. The crew moved quickly. Specialized equipment was gathered: reinforced harnesses, portable oxygen tanks, compact ground-penetrating scanners, emergency communication tools. Only a hand-picked group would go, trusted veterans with nerves of steel and experience in navigating deadly terrain. Safety became the top priority. Every plan was double-checked, every risk weighed. The entire team knew one mistake in those depths could be fatal. The descent began. They moved single file through narrow shafts that forced them to crouch and crawl. Flashlights carved through the pitch black, casting long, eerie shadows on the rough stone. The only sounds were their footsteps, their breathing, and the steady drip of water echoing through the tunnels, a constant, haunting reminder of the vault's age and fragility. The air was thick with dust and the ancient scent of stone. Along the walls, strange symbols were etched, warnings perhaps from the past. The glyphs were unfamiliar, but their intent was chillingly clear. The tension was rising. The tunnels grew tighter. The walls seemed to close in, amplifying the crew's claustrophobia and fear. And with every creak of shifting stone overhead, the threat of a collapse loomed, reminding them all just how close they were to becoming part of the vault's eternal silence.